Alright. The phone is cinnamoned and the record button has been pressed, so we're going. Alright, so first order of business, we heat up the skillet. Boom. So we evaporate off the water from the cleaning. Without soap, because cast iron. Okay, so this one's gonna be pretty fast too. It's gonna be a quesadilla, pork quesadilla, because you can put really any type of meat you want in a quesadilla. But also, quesadillas are inherently fast. They come with a couple different ranges of quesadillas, and it's like you can have your kind of soft, chewy, throw a bunch of shredded cheese into tortillas and fling it in the microwave, and that's a perfectly valid quesadilla. Some would say that might be the best quesadilla. We're gonna do a couple steps up from that because we're not going to cook it in the microwave. Not that isn't to say that I don't eat those types of quesadillas often because they are tasty. But no, this one we're going with the cast iron, and it's also gonna have meat in it. Also, this is also a step up, but salsa in the quesadilla, it umps it up a little bit. Even my microwave quesadillas usually get a little bit of salsa. Not a lot, otherwise it makes it bleh. But a little bit. So, gonna give that a second. I guess what I wanted to talk about today, because quesadillas are beautifully flying saucer shaped, somewhat flying saucer shaped, is aliens. And I have a very different opinion from your typical Bob Lazar kind of Joe Rogan proliferated idea of aliens that they could be visiting us, they could not. There's probably other civilizations and things like that. I am of the opinion that aliens definitely exist. Just as a statistical probability. Aliens are a thing. And two, they have definitely not sent physical crafts. I mean, and I know that breaks the heart of some people, but I just think it's true. It's a very close-minded and kind of colonialist way of thinking about aliens. So I think the way we're thinking about aliens is wrong, and that does crush the hopes and dreams of some particularly alien inclined people. But I think one, the way I conceptualize aliens is probably more likely, and two, it is actually cooler in my opinion. I think we need to think outside the box a little bit more when it comes to our aliens. Okay, hold on. First up. So, we're gonna cook ourselves a enhanced quesadilla while I go over what I think is a misconception in our alien conceptionization. So, we're the idea that aliens are just gonna hop on their space boats and come visit us, one, themselves as biological beings, or two, even as drones, it's kind of silly. It's us as slightly evolved monkeys figured out how to use boats. And when we knew how to use boats, we used them to hop on those boats and go and invade other continents and stuff like that. And so we think that, aliens are gonna do that on a cosmic scale. And and so we're both excited about the idea of aliens visiting in big space boats. But at the same time, we're terrified because we knew that happened before, and if aliens were to do it again, we know that there'd be some they'd be fucking some shit up. But it's just, it doesn't seem very likely to me. Like, the idea that, like, an incredibly sophisticated civilization is gonna make the equivalent of space boats and, like, and go and trek throughout, I don't know, the galaxy, the universe, to go and, like, you know, space colonialism over, like, the galaxy. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's kind of what we did when we were, like, smart monkeys. It's like, but I mean, it's just really inefficient to move that much mass that far. I mean, like, we're talking light years here. It's like the amount of time that it takes light to move in a year, and light's the fastest thing, and it's the fastest thing by a fucking, like, a really large margin. So it's like, okay, maybe they have some crazy wonkadoo, like, faster than light travel or something like that. It's like, I don't think that's how aliens work. I think the way aliens work is both similar to something that we have observed in our own world, but not like colonialist, like alien, yeah, like I said, space boats. What I think it is if one were to try and, like, explore the galaxy, if one were to try and explore the entire universe, let's say, no matter what point you are within that universe, like, if you're going to start at a single point in the universe and try to expand and take over and, like, explore the entire universe, and you're using mass to do it, you're just never going to get there. It's way too slow. It's too fucking slow. I mean, you can't get everywhere to explore the entire universe by throwing one thing to push you the other way. Like, there's not enough stuff. You can't throw shit that way, like, far enough to make you go that way fast enough. It just doesn't. It's too slow. And so, I believe that, like, the progression of alien civilizations is one such that they explore their local areas, become incredibly, like, technologically sophisticated, and then instead of making, like, super fancy space boats, they just, like, they compile all their information into, like, a little, like, their planet effectively becomes like a giant computer. And then they just look for the other civilizations, they compile all of their information, and they just beam that information via a laser to that other civilizations that are nearby. It's like, you don't have to actually go explore the universe if you can just, like, you know, you get all of the information, we're also assuming that, like, consciousness is matter based, and I don't think it is. I think it's wave based. And with that in mind, it's like, you don't have to move faster than light. You could just move as fast as light, and that's perfectly fine. And how do you do that is by using light. We have lasers. They're not, I mean, like, we've had lasers for a really long time. They're not that complicated. So, what you do is you compile all of the information and all of your, like, art and culture and literature into data, and then you transmit that data to another civilization that's nearby you, and they do the same. It's like, they take all of their data and transmit it to you, as well as all of the data that they've gathered from all of the other civilizations that have done that. And by doing that, you can proliferate all of the information through the entire universe via just, like, copy the data, send it to your neighbor. Your neighbor does it. This is how torrents work. It's also how neural networks work. And what that would mean is that, like, you don't have to go everywhere to experience everywhere. You could stay at your little home planet. You could go off to, like, other solar systems close by, or, we could still go to Mars, damn it. Elon doesn't have to give up. We could still go to Mars. But like, going outside this the galaxy that you're in, there's no need to do this. It's a lot of work. It's like, we don't need to do that. It's like, we could just like look for other civilizations and then beam our information to them, and they beam theirs as well as all the other information. And the beautiful thing about that is we don't even have to find, like, all the civilizations in the entire, like, universe. It's, like I said, that's also a lot of fucking work. It's like, you just have to find the ones that are close to you. It's like, just find a couple civilizations that are kind of close to you and connect to them via, laser uplink. Just lasers transmitting data via waves that are transmitting data, as fast as the fastest thing, which is light. Like, and then you don't have to go faster than light. Light's fast enough. It's pretty fucking fast. And then, you get all the benefits. You get to, and I think that's a fucking cool, like, idea. It's like the fact that as you evolve, you effectively become a planet-sized neuron in the universal, like, neural net, like, mega mind that is the universe. It's like joining the mother mind at the same time as, like, joining the, like, interplanetary federation of, like, awesome shit. And it's like, congratulations. It's like, you figured it out. You looked for you looked for the little laser that had all of the information of the universe in it. And you were able to establish a connection to, like, the global federation of fucking aliens. Global. Universal. The Universal Federation of Aliens. And it's like, I need more cheese. There's not enough cheese. It's not enough cheese. That is not enough cheese. That's more like it. We can tell this is a newer bag because the little cheese shreds are longer. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, and then that would also explain why we haven't seen, like, where are the aliens? Well, they're probably not expanding to ridiculous, like, sizes as well as magnitudes. It's like they're just chilling and, doing their alien things in, like, a kind of global supercomputer interconnected neural net. And they're just waiting for us to, like, figure it out. To be like, oh, yeah, we're looking for them in the wrong places. Hey, God, quit eating that, God. That's not for you. Now, off with you cats. Yeah, we're not looking in the right places. We're looking for space boats where we should be looking for, like, universal, like, mycelial nets of lasers and or neural nets. It's like, that's pretty fucking cool in my opinion. I think that's a lot cooler than space boats. It's like the idea that like once you upload, all of a sudden you have like the collective knowledge of everything at your fingertips, as well as like, I don't know, if like consciousness upload does seem to be like a possibility, which I think it probably is, because like I said, I don't think consciousness is particle based. I think it's wave based, which means if it is wave based, there's no reason why we couldn't like use the waves of light to like you could actually go there via light. Like currently we're electron based because I think like the neural synapses and stuff that move within our brains are an electrical wave, kind of like on a medium of like biological neurons. But you're the wave, the electrons. But we could be the light. We could be the light transmitted through the lasers to all the different like giant planet-sized computers that are neurons within the giant universal-sized brain that is like the giant mega brain thing. And we could still go we could still go bang space broads. Like, they may not be physical, but we could still go out into the stars and meet all those sexy alien women. We wouldn't be physical either. We'd be light, and so would they. And it'd be okay, because I'm sure there'd be some weird ways we could mingle just fine. Because that's the great frontier, isn't it? Every man wants to go out onto the stars and bang some space broads. I know I do. No shame in admitting that. But I honestly do think that. I think we're looking for space like colonists, where we should be looking for a giant neural net. And it's like, well, where would one find these signs of like lasers? It's like, well, they're gonna be not that far from us. They're gonna be in like somewhat habitable stars that aren't giving off ridiculous amounts of like activity, because they're probably just big computers by now, or maybe they're just becoming big computers, kind of like us. And they're gonna be like not super bright because they're not stars. They're gonna be focused lasers, probably pointed in our direction, because if they're more advanced than us, they know that we're, developing. But it's like, I mean, they're not gonna like fucking put up a neon Las Vegas sign to be like, hey, look at us, we're fucking cool. They're like, no, they're just like, they've got effectively forever, because they've already made that transition into like light-based beings, and they're chilling in the universal mega mind, so they've got effectively forever. So it doesn't matter to them like how long it takes us to figure it out. It's like they did their job, they made their little laser connection, and it's pointed our way. So all we need to do is look for the local, like, the close to us, like, places where it might be. It'll be a not very bright, but very focused, like, light source that has, I don't know, probably properties of lasers. I mean, it will be a laser. It'll be light, but it'll be focused, and it'll probably have some sort of encryption in it. Encryption that is probably not that, make sure I'm not bringing this, probably not actually that, like, complicated, because they're doing this for, almost quesadilla. It's very easy to let a quesadilla run away on you and burn, especially late at night, when you forget what you're doing. And let's be real, like half the time we're making quesadillas, we're stoned out of our mind. Surprisingly, I'm not stoned right now, despite the fact that I'm talking about aliens and making a quesadilla. You're gonna have to trust me on that one. There's no way you can verify that, but it's true. I'm not stoned right now. But yeah, we should look at close by solar systems and or galaxies for pinpoint, like very focused light sources that have like encryption within them, and probably, I don't know, maybe like I forget what it's called. The thing that allows you to repair lost data packets. Data recovery? I don't know. There's a protocol on the internet. It's like TTPS, TCP, whatever the fuck. Data like recovery. It's like, okay, we've got a laser that transmits data, and then there's another one that fixes any lost packets. And it's like, oh, we're online. We're on the global, like, universal neural net megamind, and we don't have to like go and explore the entire universe. We don't have to colonize it. We don't have to conquer it. We can just join. And it's just kind of like an open protocol. It's just like, yeah, any consciousnesses that are smart enough to read these lasers are welcome to contribute their data, and they can download the entire data of the entire universe. That's a pretty good deal, and it makes sense. It's not as ridiculous as trying to haul fucking matter, big space boats across the entire universe, and it also like doesn't contribute to like the fucking giant, like, you know, space wars, which, oh god. Okay, well, it's actually pretty good if I do say so myself. It's a little more crispy than I would like, but what you gonna do? We were talking about aliens, and so yeah. That's my theory on aliens. I think the way we're looking at them is wrong, and I think the reason we haven't found any of them is because we're looking in the wrong place. I guess let's wrap this up because that's it. Bam. Quesadilla. With a side of alien theories. And also spring mix, because I think I got a box of spring mix again. I do have more spring mix, which means I can have sides again. Because it's oh wait, no. This one's just particularly spinach heavy. I thought it was nothing but spinach, which I guess would have been fine. That's too much. Okay. Yeah, that's still too much. Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. And then some sour cream. Because you need it to dip. Yes, meows. Meows, meows. Some sour cream to dips. Then I would have put a little bit more salsa next to the sour cream to dips, but I'm out of room, and I still need to ranch the salad because I'm not some crazy guy. They're like, you spent like the past 15 minutes ranting about aliens. You are absolutely some crazy guy. Like, yes, but at least I'm a crazy guy who puts ranch on his salad, which got some humanity, thank you. Okay, folks. That's Quesadillas and Aliens. Over and out.